Up, welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. If it was not for technical difficulties, we'd probably have a happy life in this whole thing. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the program. It is the Chad Prather Show, and it is Tuesday, and got a lot to get into today. Thank you guys for joining us this morning on Dear America. I think today, this afternoon, we're going to take a big, deep breath. We're just going to relax a little bit. We'll talk about some things, have a good, zesty discussions. That's a new phrase for me, some zesty discussions. Royce and Party Foul Steve are here, and we'll get to them in a moment. But I just want to say thank you. Just thank you guys for being a part of this show, being a part of what we do. I'm excited about the days in which we're living, simply because for a hyperactive person like me, I never know what a day is going to bring. And it seems like every day is Christmas right now. We are now into week 4 of this 47th presidency, Donald Trump, and he's taken a blowtorch to everything. Everything. Even the things that don't necessarily, I don't know, really take a high priority of needing a blowtorch taken to them. We talked about the paper straws this morning, but hey, I'm here for it. If it triggers the climate cultists and gets them melting down over weird bureaucracies that make them sleep better at night, and it wakes them up and causes them to cry, libs cry, I'm here for it, man. If all he's got to do is just sign a piece of paper and make them melt down, I want to just, you know what? I will send him a ream of paper to sign, and we will just drown in those tears. Man, I headed over to Oregon, Klamath Falls, Friday night, Valentine's Day. I'm going to head through that those treacherous mountains there. Get over to Klamath Falls, have a good time with the folks over there. Go to watchchad.com, where all the fun stuff is if you want more information on that. Got a few shows that are coming up. You'll see them when you get over to my website. You will see that they're there. Yesterday, there was no episode. There was no episode because I was on an airplane. I will fill you in on my adventures there because I had several, and you guys, those of you who have been with me for a while, I have some pretty good travel adventures, and I'm going to tell you a couple of those stories. Before we go any further, let me tell you about my friends. I got to reach over here. I hate, when I'm at my age and I got to bend over, and this is hard. Hang on. I went to the store today to buy some groceries, and I find myself just buying the stuff up at the top shelves rather than look for the cheap stuff at the bottom ones, just so that I don't have to bend over. You know what? The Wellness Company. Let's talk about how healthy I am. I'm ready. I can tell you that. I'm prepared. And I was just thinking about this because I opened up my cabinet and I see my wellness cases, and I go, sometimes people look at this and they go, man, I don't know if I can budget for that or whatever. Once you got it, you got it. Once you got it, you got it. You need to build your wellness kit. The Wellness Company can help you do that. It comes with your basic prescriptions, your pharmaceuticals, the stuff that you need to have on hand in case of an emergency or supply chain issue. Go to twc.health/Chad. I like to go over there and see all the different stuff you can get. The ivermectin, various other add-ons that you can add to your case. But you got the basic wellness kit. Then you got the kids kit. Then you got the radiation kit, the contagion kit. You got the field emergency kit, all kind of stuff. And then you can jump in there and check a whole bunch of stuff out. And if you'll use promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, they'll give you $30 off. And they'll give you some free shipping. So go over there and check it out. They're always changing their stuff around, making some deals. And if you go to twc.health/Chad, it's a one-time investment. Get it and you got it, all right? Just do it. Just do it. And don't forget to hit like. All right, let's bring him on. Everybody's favorite producer, Royce, is in the house. I feel like I haven't seen him in a month. Are you tired, dude? Are you tired? Uh-oh, you're muted. I can't hear you in my ear.
My bad.
There you go.
It's all me. No, I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. I had 3 whole sausages for lunch. It's not a joke.
3 whole sausages.
Yeah.
That means something else in other places.
Not all at once.
Yeah. In the Biden administration, that means something completely different, buddy. I am sitting here trying to get my deal to work here. I can't figure out why my monitor won't come up, Royce. It's technical difficulties, dude. I couldn't get the audio. We were struggling with the audio before the show. That's why I just got scared. There it goes. You got to make sure things are plugged in. Speaking of sausages, you got to make things are plugged in. And this HDMI cable wasn't plugged in. That's what was going on with my headphone. My connection wasn't great over at the unit, so I turned things off. I logged out. Well, this earpiece right here has got like 7 connections. This is the one I used to wear at the Blaze.
How long is that cable? Like 30 feet long?
It's long. It's long. It's about a 20-foot cable. When I was at the Blaze, they would piece things together. You know, they do some things really, really right, and then some things, if you're low on the totem pole like me, I'm no Glenn Beck, so they would just give me the leftovers sometimes. So I had like this teleprompter controller that I would use when I needed it for ad reads at the Blaze, and we had to run that cable 150 feet. And I wanted to control it myself because I didn't trust the producers to run a teleprompter for me, and I would do my ad reads. So I do pretty good ad reads. I do them all from memory now. Like when I'm doing these ad reads, for the most part, unless it's a new sponsor, I do them all from memory because I've known these guys for so long, because I try to keep the companies I like around me for a long time, like Patriot Mobile or Birch Gold or Wellness Company. And I know their stuff. Because I use their stuff. But anyway, they had like this 150-foot cable, which sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. And so today is one of those days. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. And which reminds me, I need to take my medication too, because some days I work and sometimes I don't. And I just feel like I've been gone for a month. I hate leaving. I was in Vegas for the Super Bowl. The Westgate Hotel always invites me out. And they bring us out for their Super Bowl party. It's a great spread. But I hate being gone, man, because I come back and I miss the show. Now we got to do an extra show for Friday to catch up. And it's just a lot of stuff, Royce. It's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. I'm done complaining.
You sound tired. Why are you asking me if I'm tired? You sound tired.
I slept 2 hours last night. Got home and I slept 2 hours. I slept from 3 hours. I slept from 11 until 2, and then I've been up since 2 a.m. Okay, so yeah, it's nuts. And then of course the guy that is knocking on my door, he doesn't even knock; he just walks in at 6 a.m. He's a fixture in my home. Party Foul Steve. He's in the next room over there, and there. He doesn't ring the bell. He doesn't even ring the bell.
I'm not even there.
No,
I don't even see me.
Yeah, Party Foul Steve.
I'm totally offline.
He's up.
Am I up? Am I there?
Yeah, you up? Can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you, but I don't see me. I don't see.
Bro, what is going on?
I see me down here, but
you don't see yourself.
Nope, not up on the big screen.
Oh boy!
And so, but the door's
let me ask
always
the
open
chat.
for
Does
me.
the chat see Party Foul Steve? I know my moose
The
does.
chat, yeah, I'm looking at the live. They can see Party Foul Steve. I don't know what's going on with y'all's deal. This is what happens when you unplug everything and take it to Vegas and then bring it back and try to plug it all back in.
Well, it was working just a second ago. What do you see on your monitor, Steve? I'm curious to know.
I see a little gray. I see you. I see Royce, and then I see a little gray screen with a little circle.
Oh, your camera's blocked out, but I bet
It's on.
when he changes screens a couple of times, you'll see yourself and you'll realize you're still scooting down.
As long as I can see it, as long as they can see me.
And what's funny is Steve's got all these pillows in there propping him up. He's basically doing this show from his bed. He's completely reclined. He's like in a Roman vomitorium. You know,
wouldn't have it any other way. I want to be relaxed. I want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I want everybody to hit like. That's what I want. We're getting screwed on the views because, all these platforms have gotten horrible. So I flew back from Vegas last night.
Yeah, tell us these stories.
I flew back from Vegas last night. Easy trip. I don't mind the plane. I don't like the airports. The airports have gotten, and again, it's the TSA. I get recognized by a lot of TSA agents, so I try not to tick them off. I try not to say a lot of bad things about them. But even if you're in the TSA, you got to admit, there's a lot of you guys out there, y'all ain't playing with a full deck. And first of all, you shouldn't exist. You're not a constitutional organization or institution in our government. You're all part of the Patriot Act. You're all part of Homeland Security. And this whole deal where you got to feel me up, touch my crotch, dig in my butt, and everything else to see if I got jelly on the bottom of my shoes that could bring down a 747. Listen, I can barely get my boots on and off without losing my breath. I am not in the mood to try to terrorize anybody on an airplane. It's just too much work. I just want to get from point A to point B as quickly as I can and not be delayed. So the TSA, they got to yell at you. They got to bark at you. They're convinced you're a criminal. I mean, they treat you like criminals. They thread you through there like, a herding cats, man, and they just bossing everybody around. I just want to reach out and touch somebody upside the head with a bat. It's so, like, they bring violence out of me, right? They just do. And so after being yelled at and barked at and all this kind of stuff, now I got to go sit in the airport, and everybody's, Billy Business is making his $250,000 deals, and he's on his cell phone, and he thinks everybody's supposed to hear his business call. Or there's some guy's walking around talking to himself because he's got his little earbud in his ears, and he thinks he's the most important person, and it's like, okay, bro, I see you gotta, whatever, you're important. You're 40 miles from home with a briefcase. You must be an expert. And so I hate all these people. and so, all these people. And then I fly, I get on there. One of my business's expenses, I make sure that I fly first class because as much as I'm in a plane, these are first world problems. I get it. I try to fly up in the first class. I got so many points and I've got so many miles that I just do that. It's part of what I do. So, we came through COVID where it was a nightmare to go on an airplane. I mean, everybody was wearing hazmat suits and multiple masks, and they were barking at you. If you pull the thing down accidentally to talk to somebody, they'd come scream at you like they were going to throw you out of the metal tube at 32,000 feet. And then, people were bathing themselves down with microbacterial goop, antibacterial goop. And just nasty, right? So we got through those days. And last night I get off the plane. I'm in Houston. I'm waiting on my bags. And there's this couple, this guy and this girl. And I know what their business is. They shouldn't bother me, but it just does when I see this. This guy and this girl, he brought her flowers. He was so excited to see her. They were purely in love. They were hugging all over each other. I mean, I thought they might be fixing to do some coitus right there in the terminal. And I'm like, what is happening here? And I look, and both of them, Royce, are wearing masks. They didn't even bother to pull their masks down to kiss each other, to say hello, to speak to one another. They're all hugged up. And it looked like two caterpillars in a cocoon trying to get it on in public. And I was ready to just go, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? Like, there's got to be certain levels of mental illness. You see the woman that you love. You've been missing her. You meet her in the airport. You bring her flowers. You're all excited. And you don't even pull your mask down for a little smoochy smooch?
But you'll hug all over them. And you'll...
Yeah.
Dude, what in the world? I mean, that's almost worse than people driving in their own car with their mask on.
Yeah, yes. I just can't stand it, dude. I don't know what level
do you
of
think
fear.
This was never talked about, but I wonder, and there's no way people would know unless they came out talking about it, but I wonder if some of these lunatics slept with their mask on. I bet you there's many out there that did.
1,000%. And we've talked about that on my show about people who we could pull up some old video of people who were literally advocating for sleeping or even having sex with their mask on.
Showering?
Yes, all of it. I mean, I saw people in the swimming pools. I did. I mean, traveling around, you got to understand.
You're literally bathing with other people.
I mean, I've always said that a water park or a hotel swimming pool is the first transgender bathroom because everybody's peeing in that, and you're swimming in it, and you're bathing in kids' diaper goo and everything else, and you got your mask on. So, whatever psyop, fear-mongering, mental illness that caught on to people about these masks drives me crazy. They did a study where they said that people who consider themselves unattractive, by and large, make up the people who are continuing to wear the masks. And so okay. But
I think that observation is correct.
I think it is too. People, maybe they don't have to do their makeup. Maybe they don't have to worry about what they look like. Maybe they truly are enhancing, or I should say, empowering their antisocial behavior. But I travel around. I stay in hotels every week, and I walk past. I can see the pool. Sometimes I've seen so many people swimming in a pool with their masks on.
Still wearing masks.
Ridiculous.
Is crazy, man. Crazy. That's brainwash crazy. On a different level.
So this is what I want to do. And you're right, Megan. Meggie Moo says we can't all be as good looking as Chad. We get it. And it's true. It's hard for a lot of people in the world when they suffer from an imbalance of facial features, and mine hit right, and so mine just kind of fall in the right place. I just tend to carry an extra 15, 20 pounds, and I just, that's the only way I keep it at bay. Some girl sent me a message yesterday, and she said, I would like to know, Chad, how many times you get hit on? How many times do you get hit on each week on social media? And I was like, it's a lot. Like, it's really... It's a lot.
Every time he
women's
walks
to
in a
dudes
nursing
hitting
home.
on you, because you get more dudes hitting on you than women. So there's that.
You don't know my DMs. You don't know my private messages, Powell. You think you do. You think you do, but you don't. No, I'm kidding, folks. I'm being facetious. I am. I just, do you ever get, Royce, do you ever get to a point, though, as much as we talk about politics, and I don't even know, I talk about politics more with you guys, like on Dear America, than I ever have. To me, I don't talk as much about politics as I talk about culture. To me, it's about culture, because I think culture is what influences politics, and culture is, society and its norms and its way it behaves and the way the trends go. Those are the things that fascinate me, and they play themselves out in politics. But do you ever get tired of talking about it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on. I get in my moods where it's all I want to talk about, and I get in my moods where it's the last thing I want to talk about. I think it's like it depends on the time of day, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like talking about politics with my wife because I don't want to worry about that with her. You know what I'm
Fair.
saying? But
Fair.
I got friends and I got people who ask me about it, and I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah. I here's the thing that sort of drives me crazy. Like, let's say you're a plumber and you go to a party. You're at a Christmas party or whatever, and suddenly everybody in the room wants to walk up and talk to you about plumbing. And you don't want to be the doctor that everybody comes and shows the rash to. And it says, hey, can you take a look at this? I mean, you can come by my clinic, you can come by my office, and I'll take a look at that. But we don't have to talk about this over hors d'oeuvres or amuse-bouche and champagne. So wherever I go, I love talking to people. I love everybody. I never meet a stranger. Party Foul's been on the road with me for 10 years. He knows I welcome everybody. You want to interrupt me in the airport? You want to see me in a hotel lobby? I was in Vegas walking down the street the other day, and this guy goes, "Oh, you look different out here in public." And it stopped. We talked, visited. It was great. And just random stranger from somewhere. And I love that. I appreciate that. I don't mind that. But it does get old where I'm like, I'm out just somewhere just kind of socializing with people, and then they want to talk about politics. And I'm like, oh, let's just, why don't you just watch the show? Why don't you just watch the show?
Yeah, we've talked about this. I can't stand when people come up to me and are like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" I'm like, "Yeah, we did a whole show on it yesterday."
Yeah.
But I have to give credit where credit is due. My grandmother-in-law, I don't know how she does it, but a lot of the time she'll be like, "Did you hear about this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard about that." Every once in a while she hits me with something new, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, I didn't hear about
is
that.
a fair point. That's a fair point.
She gets me
because
sometimes. I'm like, "That's not true." And I look it up and it's true. I'm like, "Grandma, where'd you figure this out?"
I will have people who will ask me certain things, and that's one of the reasons why, and don't misunderstand me, I will always talk to you about politics. If you want to talk to me about politics in public, we'll talk about politics, whatever. We'll talk about anything we'll talk about. But I have learned that if I will shut up and quit complaining, and this is just me complaining, I'm being silly, guys, I'm being funny. Because I know there's a lot of people who say, "Chad, you're just being rude to everyone." No, I've never been rude to anybody that I know of. But I do hear things, and I go, "Yeah, I never have thought about that like that." Because I'll be honest with you, I'll be the first one to tell you, when it comes to politics and like how legislation works and executive orders versus federal judges, I might be smarter than the average bear, but I'll admit I'm not an expert on those things. I don't know those things. Now, the way people behave culturally and things like that, I know a lot about that. Human nature, I understand that. Like, go read, the book of Romans, as you mentioned this morning on Dear America. We're talking about feet feet that are swift to run towards evil. Oh, trust me, I know all about that. I know, I've practiced it, so I know my own deceptive heart. But no, I get out there, and so like yesterday, I made a post. I said, I just want to talk about soup. Like, what's my passions in life? I love soup. Yeah, SOUP. I just love soup.
Really?
That got a lot of hits on your social media.
Yeah, I just saw that at my Facebook on my personal profile. It was 1,800 deals. I was like, I know y'all think I'm weird, but I just want to start a YouTube channel dedicated to making soup.
Sure, that's funny, but wait. You really
I
like
love
soup
soup.
that much?
Huh?
Dude, soup is boring.
I love soup.
Do you,
You're
do you
eating your
really
own-
like
stuff
soup?
to it.
There's
You're eating the wrong
nothing
soup.
in soup, though. I need
You're eating the
steak.
wrong
I need
soup.
like grilled chicken or
You could put that
Sausage.
in soup.
I can cook anything. Jenny says she's eating she's eating cauliflower soup right now.
gumbo's
I-
different.
I
Jambalaya, gumbo, it's different. That's not soup.
I make the best. It's a stew. I make the best gumbo on the planet, and I'll hold it up against anybody. You can bring me any Cajun, whatever, somebody that, because you could throw a Cajun down in a ditch, and they'll come out with a recipe, bro. Like they find trash and make good food out of it.
Soup.
And that gumbo, I make good gumbo. I make good.
I want to
gumbo.
try your gumbo. Hey, but let me ask you, real question, and then we have to. I guess we have to get into the show.
We
We're
could
20
do a
minutes in.
show. I mean, we could probably talk about things since people are here with us today. You
We
know?
could probably talk about soup for the whole show, but let me ask you:
Yeah.
is cereal a soup?
No,
No. What is it then? It's not a soup.
it's a cereal.
It's milk soup, dude.
Well, I mean, arguably, yes. It's a milk stew.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Theoretically, yes. I mean, it's meat between
Really?
bread with condiments.
Yeah.
You can make anything a sandwich.
And I know, I know how to cook. My mother made me a good cook. My mother and my grandmother made me a good cook, but my mother forced me to cook because my mother said, you're not going to be like your dad that comes home from work and just puts his feet up. You're going to learn how to cook so that when you get married, then you can tell your wife to go put her feet up and you can make dinner that night and you're going to learn how to do it. And then I was like, I've been divorced twice now, so maybe I didn't do so good. But I am a good
Maybe your
cook.
soup ain't that good.
No, it's good. It's good. And this afternoon I will be making a soup that I'm creating that I don't know what to call it yet. But basically it's going to be like a chicken pot pie soup. And it's good.
Huh.
It's good.
I'm interested. I am intrigued.
Will create soups. I am a soup eater. I love soup.
You can make a brand called Chad Soup.
You could.
You could have a soup sandwich.
Yeah. With hot dog.
Yeah.
See how we bring that full circle?
What?
Yeah. See, we could have a
Soup sandwich is bread that you dip in a soup and then eat. That's the only way to do soup sandwich.
Maggie Moose said, I want to eat Chad's cooking. Girl, you bring too many jokes to my head, okay? Too many jokes, Megan. I love Megan. If y'all aren't watching her show at night, man, it's a lot of fun. Guys, I just want to talk about soup. I love soup. Chili, Tabby, chili, I'm from the deep south. Chili has beans. Texas, they don't believe, they'll fight you. I've had people literally want to fight me over beans in chili because they don't believe in putting beans in chili.
They
wrong with
weren't
beans
poor
and
then.
chili?
I mean,
What?
beans are a filler. So when you're making chili and you're feeding 7 kids and you need to make it last to feed everyone, you throw some beans in there.
And I will
Beans
tell
are
you,
great.
most people that make chili in Texas, I'll throw the gauntlet down. Y'all don't make good chili. You just don't make good chili. I did it. They asked me to come and be a judge at a chili cook-off a couple of years ago. I tried 48 straight chilies, and you know what? Every one of them tasted like trash.
Yeah.
Trash. And so there you go. I don't mind telling anybody. It was garbage. And I was like, nope, this stuff will make you sick.
I will say chili cook-offs are awesome. You just go and sample 40 chilies. It's a great day.
My chili
Most
has
of the
won
time.
multiple competitions. My chili won in North Alabama 2 years in a row out of 200 entries. And I make good chili. And I don't know that I've ever made it the same way twice, but every time it's good. All right.
You got a special secret
always make-
ingredient?
No, I just have good taste buds. I just have a good palate. I have like a universal palate that I know how to make stuff that tastes good for everybody. I'm bragging today. Not only am I pretty, but I can
You can
cook.
make chili.
I can
Do you make
chili.
your chili spicy?
Not too crazy spicy, but I make it where you
lost me.
can do it.
Yeah,
and
everything I make spicy.
I like do it. All right, before we get into some stuff that matters, right now AI systems like China's DeepSeek are scanning public databases. That's scary stuff. This AI. I was reading up on that thing. So, JD Vance is in France right now for the AI convention that's there. It's kind of scary. There's a big debate right now about influencers being replaced by AI influencers, so that it would make people like me obsolete, because you won't need to get any information from me. I guarantee you AI can't make chili. But you have this AI stuff, and they're using it to scan public databases. And with all the leaks and everything else, I mean, you got databases, broker platforms, and what they're doing is they're building profiles on you and recording your name, your address, your phone number, your email, your work history, your relatives, and a whole lot more. And it doesn't just sit idle. They're using that stuff. Like DeepSeek's profiles are sold and shared across the networks. And so what you have is cyber criminals and scammers and foreign actors with the tools to exploit that information, and they will defraud and they will target your stuff. So Russia's watching, China's watching, and what you need is Patriot Protect. They're going to cut off the DeepSeek and other AI-based threats that are erasing your personal data from over 100 data broker sites. And without that information, the scammers and the cyber criminals, they lose their ability to profile and target you. Patriot Protect is awesome, man. They search and destroy the protocol. It eliminates your data from the source, and it's going to shut it down. So 24/7 protection. Guess how much it costs? $5 a month, worth every single penny. And if you'll use promo code CHAD, I spell it Chad, you'll get 15% off the yearly subscription if you go to patriot-protect.com/Chad. That's patriot-protect.com/Chad. That's a no-brainer. There's no reason in the world with the AI and the DeepSeek and all that stuff. There's no reason in the world why every person listening to me right now should not be subscribed to Patriot Protect. Patriot-protect.com/Chad. We've talked about identity theft. We've talked about home titles getting robbed. We've talked about all that stuff. What we're moving into is a new season of frightening information exchange. Patriot-protect.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. Everybody needs to have that. All right. Show me Donald Trump. What's Donald Trump doing today? Taking a blowtorch to it, Royce. He had some things to say about old Pocahontas herself, Elizabeth Warren. She's got a smackable face, doesn't she? President Trump was responding to Elizabeth Warren's blow that up real quick comments about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and I love how Trump she's a nasty woman. Play this clip of the president, please.
Regarding the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Democrats, including Elizabeth Warren, have said that by freezing it, it's giving big banks and giant corporations the green light to scam families.
Pocahontas, the faker. That was set up to destroy people. She used that as her little personal agency to go around and destroy people. And she's a fake. Just like she said she was an Indian, and she wasn't an Indian. You have more Indian blood in you than she has. She went to college based on the fact that she was an Indian. She got jobs based on the fact that she was an Indian. She's a fake. That was set up to destroy some very good people, and it worked. I mean, it worked. A lot of great people. I'll tell you, before I ever heard the term, people would come up to me in the Midwest and areas that say, "Sir, I'm being destroyed by them." They use that to destroy people. She's a nasty woman. She's a really nasty woman, despite her phony beer commercial. We did the right thing. That was a very important thing to get rid of. And it was also a waste. I mean, number one, it was a bad group of people running it, but it was also a waste. If you looked at when she really ran it, wow, that was a vicious group of people. They really destroyed a lot of people.
And you can confirm it's your goal is to have it totally eliminated, the agency?
I would say, yeah, because we're trying to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse.
I love that he just says she was a fake Indian. And he just keeps double downing on the word Indian. Like, I just love that people are just say what they want to say. Yeah. I mean, Trump's not backing off. It's not Native American or anything else. Just she's just an Indian. Not a real one. Not a real one. She's a nasty woman. She's a nasty woman.
Yeah, well, we love Trump because he's so unpredictable in everything that he says. Like, nobody could have ever, Polymarket, Call Sheet, they could have never had a bet going on on if he was going to point to a random reporter and say, "You have more Indian blood than she does."
Yeah.
You never could have get. You probably got more Indian blood in your body than she ever has.
Yeah.
Nobody could have ever guessed that. He's so unpredictable.
That's
Banning
funny.
paper straws. Honestly, didn't think that was going to happen. Not right now.
And
Naming, changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Did anybody see that coming? Did anybody?
Nope.
No.
I never even thought about
I
it.
mean, totally not on the beat. I mean, was never even in the conversation.
It wasn't
when
brought up
were
in
we-
his
you think
campaign.
I mean,
You're just
think
like,
about
oh
it. Ever
yeah,
say anything about
and
that?
this. No, man.
For the global effect for everyone to see, you think about North America. The continent of North America consists of what? Mexico, United States, Canada, Greenland. Those have been in the news a lot lately. So now it's the Gulf of America. It makes North America even look bigger and better to the world.
Now, here's what happened. Trump beat the Democrats so badly, pummeled them, started to walk away, and then stopped, turned around, and said, "And another thing,"
Yeah.
and then took the Gulf of Mexico. Like it's just keeps
Yeah.
getting better.
And that's a great way to say it, because Trump's basically and another thing, and another thing, and another thing. I mean, this guy, he's up till 2:00 in the morning signing papers. I mean, just executive order one after another. I mean, the guy, what was it? I saw that there was some comedian lady. She was talking about Trump doing all this stuff. She said he just won't quit signing the papers. He just keeps signing papers.
Listen, this is the most entertaining
Oh yeah.
administration we will ever have.
Yeah.
We will ever have. Partly because of the Democrats, because we wouldn't have a chance to ban paper straws or kick men out of women's sports if it wasn't for them. And that's what makes it so entertaining. It's hilarious
Yeah.
that we get to do this crap.
And it's just beautiful to watch. And it's beautiful to watch because he knows he's dealing with unhinged individuals, people that are governed by their feelings, and their feelings are easily hurt. And so he beat them so bad. I mean, when basically let's just round it. 80% of the country said this is what we want. Like, this is what we want. We want someone to come in there and clean this up. And I get so entertained by the Elizabeth Warrens of the world, and the Chuck Schumers of the world, and the Adam Schiffs, and the Eric Swalwells, and the Jasmine Crockett's, and the Squad, all of them, consistently harping on this is an unelected person. We voted for them. We voted for someone to come in, expose your fraudulent activity, expose the chaos, and clean this mess up. I don't care if you dig up the Crypt Keeper and bring him into the West Wing to get to the bottom of some of these things. Let's get to the bottom of them. Let's get to the bottom of them. You guys have used the Soroses and their money. You've used USAID. You've lined your pockets. You had Fauci. You've had Jack Smith. The list goes on and on. Forget all the judges that are out there that did all this crap. And I'm here for it. It's entertaining to me. America first. Let me see that American flag in the chat. Blow it up. Don't get lazy on me now, folks. And don't forget to hit that like button. I'm gonna go hit my own darn like button right now.
I done hit it.
You hit it?
True.
I hit it.
I'm agree. Tony was so funny this morning. I just don't understand why people don't go. Just go hit the like button. Not that hard. It's not that hard.
1 second. They could do it right now while we're talking about it.
I know. I think people
And be
sometimes
done.
are like,
I know.
Ready? Should we have a moment of silence so people can go hit the like button?
you don't even have to hit it hard. Just rub it gently. Just massage it, caress it. And so can you imagine what it's going to look like when Elon Musk digs into, because I stated this morning, USAID was only 6% of the U.S. budget. 0.6%. 0.6%. Not even a percentage point.
Sanity, the amount of money that is for
Yeah.
a small amount.
Yeah. And wait till he digs into the DOD. Wait till he digs into those kind of budgets and sees what's going on. Wait till Cash gets confirmed. Wait till Tulsi gets confirmed. Wait till then wait till we get into the big pharma aspect of stuff. If once RFK is in there, because the people like Elizabeth Warren, she's shaking in her moccasins.
Yeah, because she's been paid millions and millions of dollars directly by Big Pharma.
That's
She's at
exactly
the
what they
top
do.
She's at the very top of the list.
They
of
love their
politicians.
NGOs. They love their nonprofits. They love their NGOs because they can, all of that money from the federal government goes to the NGOs, and the NGOs pay the politician back in the form of their campaign contributions. So that's exactly what happens. Lee Zeldin popped this tweet up here from the president. The president said he's instructing Secretary Lee Zeldin to immediately go back to Trump's environmental orders, which were terminated by crooked Joe Biden on water standards, flow pertaining to sinks, showers, toilets, washing machines, dishwashers, etc. And let's get back to it. I see a lot of stuff like with the light bulbs, and underneath the tweet, there's all these people saying, well, is that going to get the price of eggs down? Is that going to get the price of eggs down? Well, you know what? I want to remind you guys that not only to you face mask wearers in the airport kissing each other through the mask, y'all are the one that killed 100 million birds, all right? It was Joe Biden, Dementia Joe, window licking, basement dwelling, C-3PO, claw hand Joe, half dead, toe knuckles on the precipice of eternity Joe. We don't know where Joe is. Nobody's heard from Joe. Joe may be dead. He may be playing a corpse in the next episode of CSI. We don't know. He's going to play a cadaver. That's why he signed that entertainment or that talent contract. He gets to play cadavers now. But Joe killed 100 million birds. You guys did that on purpose. That's called sabotage. You did that. And you did it in the name of the avian flu or whatever. And so Joe was coming after everything from your gas stoves to your microwaves to your light bulbs. You remember all this crap when he was trying to push this stuff through? That was what was important to Joe. Joe was important. All these kind of things. I never forget. He was talking about we're going to get rid of your gas stove, and there's Kamala Harris making a Thanksgiving video with Doug, and right behind them is their gas stove in their kitchen. They were going to get rid of your refrigerators. They were going to anything that makes your life any easier. They were going to get rid of that. Your water pressure is going to be turned down. Trump's like, nope, you get to take a good shower again. I'm all for this because I think this is where real people live. We'll grow some more chickens, for crying out loud. And by the way, come to the Kroger down the street from my house. They're $2.99, $2.85 for 18 eggs.
I was gonna say I paid $4 and something for a dozen of the cage-free brown eggs.
Yeah,
$4.89 I think, which is kind of high, but that's
I
kinda
pay you too much. You're eating brown eggs?
I eat brown, cage-free. It's supposed to be.
What's the difference?
cage-free.
What's the difference between brown and white?
I just like the aesthetics of it.
He likes to feel like he's sucking it right out of the chicken's butt.
That's right.
It makes him feel like he's getting his nutrients or something like that. My buddy Mitch Bryant, shout out to my buddy Mitch over and I'm not going to tell where Mitch lives, but he's in Texas, over in the SA area. He knows. When Mitch comes to town, he brings me eggs. Still got the feathers on them, man. Still got the sticky parts on there. People are like,
Striker
you
J
need
says $1 at Dollar General for a dozen.
Man, I love Dollar Genitals.
Yeah, well, the thing about it, you hear about the price of eggs, and you're hearing from people that live in the big cities that have to leave their apartment, go downstairs to the grocery store under their apartment, and they're overpaying for their eggs.
Well, yeah, they're doing the frou-frou stuff, man. I get my eggs from Mitch. Mitch brings them to me. Still got a little dookie on them. Still got some feathers on there, man.
That's when you know they're good, though. That's when you know they're good.
Don't even wash them. You just store them. You store them on your countertop.
Yeah, and then my buddy Chicken Mike right here locally, he wants to put another coop behind my house, and because I don't have a coop right now, but it won't be much longer, and I'll have another coop. Chicken Mike wanted to come, but I said I don't think I'm staying in this house. And the women, they beat on the door. They try to get in here, and so I said I don't think I'm stick around here. But I've always preached you ought to have feeder rabbits, and you ought to have chickens, and you ought to know what to do with them.
Feeder rabbits. What good are those?
You eat them.
Oh,
rabbits will reproduce.
I've never eaten rabbits.
Yeah, rabbits will reproduce.
And they grow. They're fast growers. And
yeah, so you ought to have rabbits. Don't let the kids name them or anything like that. But you can eat them if you get in an emergency situation. You got the feeder rabbits. There's all kind of things, man, that you can do to be ready, and it doesn't take that much to do that. But yeah, I say let's reverse all this stuff because it makes the climate alarmists lose their mind. Makes them lose their mind. Yeah, Kendra. Oh, that's Tiffany. Tiffany, T. Kendra. Tiffany said rabbits reproduce. Oh, yeah, they do. They just like rabbits. Pete Hegseth, he worked out this morning, did a little PT with the Green Berets over there in Germany. I like to see it. I think they love that, too. I think this is great for morale. They asked him about doing that. Here's what Secretary Hegseth had to say about that event this morning. Play it.
You made a point to do PT with 10th group this morning on very little sleep. Why was it so important for you to do this? And tell us about the workout.
I did do PT with the troops this morning. Listen, it's not that long ago that I was right there with them. I probably, no offense, General, I probably connect more with those guys than I do with 4-star generals. But now I get the chance of working with 4 stars and others who are committed to the troops. But when I can get down, do push-ups and deadlifts with the troops, and just hear from them, what's working, what isn't, how do you see your mission set? I love that. So there was never a doubt, even though we got in at 2 a.m, that we were getting up a couple hours later to go do PT. It's a reminder that you guys, the press in Washington, might think I'm young, but in military terms, I'm old. And that showed this morning with these young guys who ran circles around me in that parking lot.
Secretary.
I love it. And you know what's refreshing to me is that you got people in this administration who are willing to talk and answer questions. And when they do it, they just answer the dadgum question. You know, they just answer the dadgum question. They don't dance around. I mean, this guy's doing it right. He's out there running
middle
with
class
these
family.
you know, he's out there doing it right, out there picking up heavy things and putting it down. And just, you know, the guy had 2 hours sleep, got off an airplane, had 2 hours sleep, and he's out there doing it with them. It's so booyah. Having at it, man. There he is with everybody, hanging out with those guys. I could probably beat up 70% of that room.
You think you can beat up this guy right here?
Oh yeah, man.
He's first.
Let me ask you a question. Does he have testicles? If he has testicles, I can take him.
These days, you don't know.
That's true.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Not in this man's military. No, that guy would turn me into potatoes pretty quick. I love these guys. I appreciate them, man. God bless our military, man. God bless our military. We're getting it back on track because we've had it under the tutelage of idiots and under the oversight of idiots who they were asleep at the wheel. Because we have people like this who have been running the country. Flip it over, a little Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman from Minnesota. Daily Mail. This is the story, breaking story today. Ilhan Omar did marry her brother. It's not fake news. It's not fake news. Everybody's like, oh, you fact check. You notice how she came out the other day and she was fighting tooth and nail to try to defend how much money she makes.
Yeah.
Click on the link right there. You'll see the headline. That should be a clickable link right there, Royce, if you hit it. Now come down to the headline. Ilhan Omar did marry her brother. You don't have to just subscribe.
No. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Said she would do what she had to do to get him papers to keep him in the U.S. That is immigration fraud.
Bro,
Send them
the
both
ads
back.
are insane.
Yeah, they are.
Send them both back right now.
Well, you can get off of that. You don't have to do it. That's fraud.
God.
Nobody needs a purple mattress that bad. She married her
Holy
brother. She married her brother.
This guy?
Yeah. In order to make him legally here, that's illegal. That's again. I don't know if they consummated the thing. I wouldn't put it past them, but whatever.
Ilhan Omar did marry her brother.
Yep. Got to go. You got to go. That's illegal. You got to be deported.
What can they do to remove her from office?
Well, that should have already happened.
It should
I mean,
have,
the stuff that
what
she's
steps
done
now, that if it's proven that this is the case, what steps can they
they
legally
need
take?
they need to file some letters. I mean, they need to get some stuff going. Whether it's a recommendation for resignation or an
Do they have
impeachment
children?
deal. No, but that's against the law.
They
That
did it to
is
defraud the government.
yes, that is immigration fraud. So anyway,
Oh, I see.
it's disgusting, man. Check out. Are you able to see Graham's Rumble chat? Let's see if we got a troll in there.
A couple of trolls here and there.
The I don't know. I'm not looking at it, so I just see mine. But anyway, Representative Kwesi Mufuma. I can't say these people's name. Go to the next story there, Rose. There it is. Kwesi Mufumi calls for a street fight to stop Trump from cutting government waste. These people, Hakeem Jeffries said it last week. Need to take it to the fight in the streets. Maxine Waters.
Isn't that communicating a threat or something?
Well, they keep doing it. Maxine Waters was ready to throw hands last week outside the Department of Education. Play this clip. Hear what he has to say.
This will be a congressional fight, a constitutional fight, a legal fight, and on days like this, a street fight. Yes, we will stand. This will be
That's a call for violence.
That is a call for violence.
It's inciting an insurrection. It's a call for a civil war. And I can tell you this, it's amazing to me that the people that want you to get rid of your guns are the ones that are saying they want to fight you in the street. I think we're living in a different time. We've put up with so much garbage over the last few years that it's like, hey, it's time for you guys to sit down and shut up, because you don't want that. You don't want to fight in the street. You don't want, and if you guys, this is the kind of stuff where they say, well, it's just rhetoric. It's just semantics. No, it's not. It's not. They're going to get people hurt. They're going to get people killed with this type of rhetoric. If we had done that years ago, anytime Trump said anything, I mean, my God, what did Trump say? If he lost, there was going to be economically, there was going to be a bloodbath. That is an economic term. And people are saying he's calling for violence. Oh, he's calling for a bloodbath. They lost their freaking minds over this stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure street fight does not fall in that category.
No, that's not
street fight means street fight. Sorry.
It's a street fight. It's a street fight.
Because of all that, Trump's full throttle now. It's his foot's all the way down. He's not going to let up.
Listen, you guys probably follow my buddy Zeke Arkham. Zeke's a good friend, and I know there's a lot of people out there who follow Zeke. Zeke was sad yesterday because he didn't think he was going to get invited to the White House, and so he made a post about being disappointed because he wasn't getting an invitation for the Black History Month meeting up there. And then he got the invitation today, so he said, man, he's just so proud that he gets to go and hang out with Donald Trump. If anybody's ever seen Zeke Arkham is the one who told Charles Barkley when Charles Barkley said he'd punch somebody in the mouth if they voted for Trump. And Zeke's got arms that big around, and he said, he's a New York City police officer. He said, I'll be your guy. You want to punch me? Come punch me. And Zeke is a hoss. Like when my kids travel, if they go to New York City, I call Zeke and I put him on alert just to let him know my kids are in town, right? So I want to see Kiwi Mufumi go fight Zeke in the street. Like, I'd love to see that. I mean, Zeke made the post the other day about that guy who was standing at the door like a savage boss in front of Maxine Waters and wasn't giving out. I was like, let's exchange shifts. Zeke said, I'll go stand with you all night long. Come on, Maxine. It ain't going to go the way. I told Zeke, I said, listen, I'm proud of you, brother, that you get to go to the White House and you're going to want to hug the president, but don't crush the president. Okay. Go back to that. Go back to the Pete Hegseth doing the PT running that guy. Now I'm not saying, I don't know this guy's political affiliations or anything like that, but I'm telling you, that guy right there that you just zoomed in on, or any one of those guys, I don't see a lot of libs out there. Cry libs, cry CLC in the chat. I don't see a lot of libs out there looking like this. Anyone? Does anyone? No. You see a guy like that walking down the street, you immediately think, okay, probably not gender confused. Probably not gender confused.
Probably not. No.
Probably just a good old boy likes to, just likes to
throw around hay bales or something in Ohio.
Yeah, lips don't look like that. I mean, that dude has picked up a lot of heavy things. Anyway, yeah, and I know the chat is blowing up with you red-blooded premenopausal women that are looking at this fella and thinking, man, I can't wait to go abort his baby. But just relax, everybody, okay? He's not a liberal. I can almost guarantee you that. But yeah, you want a street fight? I just really don't think that you do. Did you get that Facebook clip that I sent you? Royce, were you able to load that?
Hold up. Let me
the
get
Eagles,
that pulled up.
Obviously, the Eagles, they won the Super Bowl, right? They won. They did the deal. And I knew they were going to. They were just a pound for pound better team. Jalen Hurts had a heck of a game Sunday night. He pinpoint accuracy, just nailed it. And so, Kate, I see you thirsty. I see you, Kate. Dude, and the pig they have up right now. I mean, I'll just tell you this. It's like Jesse Payton, my comedian friend, says all the time. Says if a dude has abs, he's 100% cheating on you. Nobody's doing crunches all day and eating kale salad for just one woman. You got to look for a man with a fidelity belly, okay? So they're out there on Bourbon Street. We saw the mayor the other day of Philadelphia try to lead the chant of the ELGSES, the Eggleses. So they're going to start another chant here, some of Philadelphia's finest. Play this clip.
Here we go.
It's over! You want to lead the chant with your people? Go ahead, spell it. E-A-G-E-L, Eagles! Michael.
We're going to work on a spelling lesson for the Eagle fans, man. That's the second time publicly this week I've heard it.
But the Department of Education is doing great, y'all.
Exactly. Let's make sure we keep that Department of Education. When you have major cities that basically none of the people in school can have literacy that matches the grade they're in. Meggie Moo said, "What about women who work out like crazy people? Y'all just quit having your periods.
Send pics and let us be the judge."
Yeah. Well, if you follow Meggie Moo 32, you'll see she's got her picture. She's on that dadgum bicycle every day spinning, yeah. But there you go. No, keep it up. Listen, I'm all for. I've had the torn shoulder, so I'm in terrible shape. I gotta. In spite of it, I gotta get back to working out. Me and Party Foul Steve have talked about that. Look at Steve. Steve's sitting over there like Jabba the Hutt. The only thing missing is Princess Leia on his chain.
Yeah.
Look at him. I mean, you're proud of that thing.
I had a broke leg, so I have excuses.
How do you recline? You're sitting in the exact same chair I am.
I have a pillow behind my back.
How do you recline that much?
Sit up. How far do you go up?
If I actually sit up?
Yeah, sit up.
I would probably be this tall.
Right. He's like, dude, you were slouching so much. That's hilarious.
Steve, look. Steve was dog sitting.
We should all do this show like this.
Remember when
this
podcasts were just to listen to, not to look at?
Yeah. Well,
I guess I got to get into the mindset of,
Well, it drives me crazy now because I want our audio podcast. Nobody listens to audio podcast anymore. Shout out to our truckers out there. Those of you out there.
They do listen.
But I that helps us when you go to where the audio podcasts are, especially like on Apple, because it drives us higher in the rankings for news commentary. I'll be sitting here doing this show, and Steve is sitting over there at the. I pointed two directions. Steve will be sitting over there at the production desk in this room, and I can hear him snoring while he's awake. If y'all will watch on Dear America in the morning, I'll look over there at him, and I'll look to see if he's awake. He snores awake.
How do you snore awake? How does that even work?
He just breathes funny.
Sleep with my eyes open.
And he dog sat Biscuit. He sat there. His wife kept sending me pictures of him all weekend long, of him just on the couch, reclined in front of the TV, phone in hand, and dogs piled on him with a blanket. He's gonna fit
made all those
right
pictures.
in.
All those pictures were made in 20 minutes, and then we left the dogs alone, and we went out day driving around.
Oh boy!
We had the doors off the Jeep this weekend.
Is Trent back at it? Is Trent back in the thing doing it?
What?
What's his name's Todd's Hot
Oh,
Seat
my
Todd's lover boy? Oh my gosh!
There, cleared them.
Well, he wants to have us. They want to have us. They all want to have a street fight, man. Trump said if they don't release the hostages within a matter of days, there is going to be a hell to pay. Basically, he will erase all ceasefires, and they're coming for him. So there is no peace as long as Hamas exists. And
There's never going to be peace there until they're.
Well, specifically Hamas, they're irredeemable. They are irredeemable. They are evil. They are demonized. They are murderous, and they have no intention whatsoever of ever having any peace there. They believe in completely destroying anyone else. So, yep. Roy Boy, come to Iowa. I just had that conversation with somebody yesterday. It's been about a year since I was in Iowa, and we need to get back up there. So need to get back up to Iowa. Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, Des Moines. I don't care. I like going to Iowa. Let's get the weather. All right, that's enough of that. If you wanna ask anything in the super chat, do it over in my Rumble so we can keep the accounting straight.
We have a couple here if you want to start reading them.
Yeah, let's do it. What you got?
Let's do it. We got this one. Kiloho.
Waiting for C-SCAN. Please pray for results. I'll have to catch the show later. We are praying. I'm still waiting on the results from my scan last week, too. Need to follow up on that. I got so many things going on. It's a beautiful day.
And then this one.
Let's see. Pastor Scott, Chad is a fellow low-grade theologian. What do you think of the idea of what Trump is doing unknowingly in Gaza as setting up for the Antichrist? Again, not willing, just him being who he is. No, I don't think he's willingly trying to set up a place for the Antichrist. And again, I don't tend to focus on everything eschatologically or in terms of the study of end times things. I don't see everything as a fulfillment of prophecy in regards to that. The spirit of Antichrist has been active ever since the Lord walked the earth, ever since Jesus left us here with it. The spirit of Antichrist is one thing. The actual Antichrist, I don't think we're in a situation where we're looking actively for the Antichrist. The way I look at all of that stuff is I just remember that Jesus is Lord and Jesus is King, and he's sitting on the throne and he's guiding human events and taking care of the affairs of man. And as long as I'm looking to him, I want to spend all of my time focused on him and not on the Antichrist or any whatever Satan's up to in the earth. People think the devil's alive and well. He's not. He's not strong. He's a roaring lion, but that's about it. All he can do is make a lot of noise. He does come to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus said, he's come that we can have life and have life more abundantly. And I'm telling you, you focus on the abundant life and what God's up to by establishing and expanding and prevailing his kingdom in the earth, and we won't worry about any kingdoms of darkness. That's kind of where I don't sit around. I don't really focus on things like that.
Yeah, because the Antichrist is coming whatever you do, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
The end is coming at some point, sometime, and no man knows. And
yeah, I've always said I look for the I look for the undertaker before the upper taker. If I'm sitting around waiting on Jesus to come, I'll just put it to you guys this way: as a believer, Jesus said, "Occupy until I return." Jesus said, "Occupy." That is a term of possession, aggression, dominion. It's a business term. It's a military term. I'm occupying this space. I have dominion over this space. I can't do business if I'm trying to go out of business all the time. So if I'm telling everybody, I'm just waiting on the Lord to take me out of this mess, well, I'm not expanding the kingdom. I'm not making disciples. I'm not showing the glory of God in the earth if I'm just waiting on some big escape plan. If I'm just waiting to eject out of the hatch because I feel like the ship's going down or the plane's going down, then I'm not doing any good. I want to be about doing the Lord's work. I want to be about doing His business and make straight the paths and be the voice of one crying out in the wilderness. Be the voice, not the echo. Be sensitive to what God's saying right now, as well as a light and revelation. Now, I'll be blunt with you. You guys know you've heard me say it. I got whiskey stains on my Bible, but I will always be ready in season and out of season to give a reason for the faith that rests inside of me, because that's my thing, man. I'll be very blunt with you. I'll be very honest with you, and every now and then I cuss a lick or two. Y'all know me, but I will. I know the reason for the hope that lies inside of me, and it ain't focused on what's happening in the Middle East, because again, the kingdom of God, as it's established in the last Adam. Remember, guys, Jesus, if you read the book of Hebrews talking about the last Adam, Jesus was the fulfillment of the law. Jesus was the fulfillment of Israel. He was the fulfillment of the sacrificial system. He was the fulfillment of the temple. He was the fulfillment of all of it. The Old Testament is fulfilled in Him. That's why He wasn't the second Adam. He is the last Adam. There's no more Adams after Christ. There's no more Adams. He fulfilled it all. That's why the writer of Hebrews kept saying over and over again that we are now in a better covenant. It's better. The key word in the book of Hebrews is better. And so we're in something better. We don't operate by fear. We operate by peace. We don't operate by, it's a kingdom of love. It's a love economy. And love ain't the ooey gooey feel good stuff where you just forgive everything and forget it all the time. It's a different kind of love. But at the end of the day, I'm focused on that stuff. That stuff. Yeah.
Nice. One more.
What you got? Azrael, 411. I went to high school with Jagmeet up there in Canada. We went to Fleetwood High School. Awesome. His twin brother name is, what is that? Jaglist Johal? What is
Jagjet Johal?
And his sister's name is Jasprit Johal. All right. Is that Jaglist or Jaggiest?
Jagjet, I think.
Jagjit. Okay, now I can see it. That's right above my camera there. Jagjit. Cool. I'm just telling you, our parents didn't put enough energy in our names, man.
Jagmeet, Jagjit, and Jasprit.
Y'all come to dinner. What's for dinner? Rice. Yeah. Go give me some Jagmeet and some Jagjit and some Jasprit. Wow. Okay. I'm just Chad.
Jeez.
Yeah, geez. I don't think Jeez was in the family. Jeez meat. I wonder if I could put some Jeez meat in that soup I'm about to make. I'll do a video. If y'all want me to do a video of the soup, I'll do a video of the soup.
Can we get like a fun, super playful how-to video on how Chad makes soup?
Yeah.
Here's how to make soup with
I like
Chad.
that comment right there. Eleanor, Jesus doesn't want you to take a knee and run out the clock. I like that. I like that.
That's good.
That is very good. Chad Jeet Singh.
Chad Jeet Singh.
We got anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
That do be it.
All right, guys. It's been a fun hour. Thank you for joining us. Watch chad.com for all the fun stuff is. You can go to chadgear.com. We got another T-shirt site coming out here pretty soon with some fun stuff and little edgy stuff that's on there. And Espresso, because real men eat soup. Real men eat whatever they want. That's how that goes.
Someone said Chad, me, Steve G, and Royce. Just
that's some redneck Indians right there. Those are dots, not feathers. Dots, not feathers. That's why those women have that red dot right there on their forehead, is so when they get married, their husband can scratch it off to see if he won a hotel or a 7-Eleven. I want
7 years of tax-free money.
Yeah.
Comes along with that.
I'm going to make some soup. I'm going to make some soup. I was going to tell you guys. Oh, I got invited to the White House today. I meant to tell you that, Royce.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah. Ori texted me.
For Black History Month?
I need it.
For Black History Month. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna change my name.
I'm not seeing an email. Take it I didn't get invited.
No, you
What was it? Chad Kwan? Is that what we were saying earlier?
Chad
Kwan.
Barkley.
Chad Kwan Barkley.
No, I did. I don't know the details yet, but they're forthcoming.
Let's talk about it.
Chad Kwan.
Glenn Beck, apparently today, I see several people have mentioned it. Glenn Beck said 10 days until we get the Epstein list. I'll see.
Is he prophesying or does he know something?
I don't know. I haven't heard what Glenn said. And I can't text Glenn because Glenn doesn't have a cell phone. Glenn has people that have cell phones.
Really? He doesn't have a cell phone?
No.
That's crazy.
No cell phone. He owns humans that have cell phones. You know what I mean?
That doesn't sound good.
People always ask, put a roll of bologna on the Chad Meat shirt. Okay. Glenn does have people. I have people over the years who have said, Chad, can you get Glenn to come speak? And I said, let me stop you right there. The answer is no. If you're not on Glenn Beck's radar already, you're not getting on it because Chad asked him. 100%.
Nice dog, man.
Yeah. Biscuit. Anyway. All right. We're going to get out of here. Party Foul Steve, anything you want to tell the people before you say goodbye?
Instagram at Party Foul Steve.
All right. X at Royce Chamberlain.
PartyFoulSteve.com.
That's right. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Check us out.
You guys can go over there and follow me on the Instagram and on the Twitter, X, whatever it's called, and watch Chad.com. Headed to Oregon. And anything you guys, before you're done watching the shows, make sure you go back and click like, share it, put it on your social profiles, put it wherever, and help us out. And you can always leave us a rating and review over there on Apple Podcast or hit play and walk away. Listen to it. Yeah, I knew we're all over the place today. All right, guys, we'll get back in the saddle tomorrow morning. I don't know if Graham's on with us tomorrow or not with Dear America. I'm the last person to find out everything, Royce, ever. So, and
I did not know last time if he was joining. He just hopped on.
I'm literally okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm the least detail oriented.
Go make your soup, Chad.
Yep, I'm going to make it. Soup with Chad Jeep. I love you guys. God bless you. We'll see you in the morning, Dear America. Bye.